the team want them to. As the ferryboat teams start to deploy their troops, they may find themselves all at sea.
The team have based a complex and ambitious plan on the idea that everything will go their way. But just wait, because in war, nothing ever goes your way.
71 BC. The gladiator general Spartacus, in captured Roman armor, leads 70,000 slaves against 44,000 of the most feared soldiers in the Western world, the Roman legions. Spartacus and his rebels are fighting for their freedom and their lives. They must win this battle or face certain death. A ferryboat crew from Bristol command the slave army. They have a bold plan dominated by the single objective of driving the Romans into the river Silarus.
Die!
It's now all hands on deck for deployment.
All right, you're going to get even more help now.
Okay.
Much more help than they had for the real battle. Here is a real-time satellite view of the battlefield.
Right.
As you can see, here are the slaves,
Yes.
the Romans.
Yes.
And where do you want to be for the start of battle?
Where do you want to be?
Biddy, those 8 at the back,
Yeah.
try and form some kind of...
I was going to split them and move 4 of them so they're filling in that gap, so they're in a line rather than a long line behind. They're in a line looking down towards the plain.
But we should have like one in layers of 2, otherwise
Yeah.
if they get penetrated then
Yeah.
just go double.
Rob, do you want me to start sending the tribesmen round the side of the hill?
Well, they all need to be starting to move, don't they? They don't want to be staying up
Should
on
we
the
start
hill.
moving the whole lot
Yeah.
a little bit further round,
Yes.
round the valley sort of thing,
Yeah.
towards the back, yeah?
Dean sends his tribal warriors forward, with orders to march to the hill opposite into position to outflank the Roman right.
The team's plan involves dividing their army up into 2 roughly equal parts, one comparatively strong, one comparatively weak, but 2 big parts. Their plan has no main effort. They're going to try to do 2 things at once.
And the peasants at the back, we're not worried about, are we? They're going forward.
Yes, they're just going to go forward and get in there, and we don't mind, probably even if we lose some of them.
The team are absolutely right to think that some of their troops are expendable. They are, because they're not actually that effective.
But they can't afford to waste them. Spartacus has got to fight 3 battles against 3 Roman armies with what's on the field there. He can spend wisely to achieve his tactical aims today, but he cannot waste one single person.
So I put the legions in 2s, but
Yeah,
in
in
a
layers of
line
2.
going that way, parallel
Yeah.
to the plain.
But not too far over, because if we want to try and keep on pushing them towards the water.
On the right flank, Biddy gets her troops moving. She orders 8 units of slaves dressed in captured Roman armor to deploy to the center of the hill in 2 lines.
Dean, your guys want to be going forward across the sort of head of the valley.
So the tribal warriors, they're the ones at the front.
Yeah.
I've sent them round to the far
Yeah.
side. You want me to start heading them towards...
Yes, but they're going a bit too far up the valley. They want to be heading towards them.
now, yeah?
The team have sent some of their tribal warriors up against the toughest part of the Roman army. In every cohort, the best soldiers are in the front and on the right. In every legion, the best and biggest cohort is at the front on the right. So they're sending their tribal warriors against the hardest part of the Roman army.
While the lieutenants get on with the business of deployment, the generals begin to wonder for the first time what the Roman strategy might be.
I think one of the things I was thinking about, which I picked up early on, is this point about the 2 other armies are on their way, but Marcus Crassus wants a quick confrontation.
Right.
Right? So
they're going to really come at us really, really quickly.
yes,
Okay.
and that's maybe a misjudgment on his part. He should
They're
probably
going to
have
be really
waited.
tired.
but-
We should wait for them to come to us and then push them down, because they're going to be really tired by the time they get to us.
The thing is that if there was just that one Roman army out there, maybe it would be useful for them to stay on the high ground and ask the Romans to come up to them. But there are 2 more Roman armies out there, and if they delay here, if they stop to defend, then they run the risk of having to fight 3 Roman armies at the same time.
But while the team have sent their tribal warriors across the valley, they've opted to deploy most of their troops defensively on the hill.
Are you not worried that your plan is rubbish?
I think once you have a plan, you have to believe in it.
I'm honestly confused as to whether you're attacking or defending. Are you planning to move down the hill? Because Elise doesn't seem to want you to.
Elise, let's just have a little conflab a minute.
Okay.
Are we waiting for them to come to us, or are we going to push towards them and provoke them into...
I think we should, because if they want a confrontation straight away, it might be a good idea to get some of our troops down there at the front so they
All right.
get a shot.
Do that then if you want.
Do you think?
But the problem is...
But we want to bring them down from the hill. Because if we...
down.
So maybe we should send someone attacking, because they'll see us attacking and they'll come forward.
With the generals apparently unwilling to make decisions, Biddy is just getting on with the job. She deploys the gladiators, her crack troops, behind her slave legionaries in the centre, and is even thinking about how she can help Dean's flanking forces.
Can I speak to a general, please?
Yeah.
Do you think Dean needs support from any of the legions? Because I've got lots of people with
It sounds a
javelins.
bit lonely on that side if they keep moving round, so I think Biddy's troops should come up
I've got all mine lined up.
beside me in a way as well.
If we have some backup here, that'd be a good idea.
Elise is talking a lot of sense. We were actually quite worried that this flanking attack was going to be left to go in on its own, but she's made the quite obvious point that if it does, the Romans are simply going to turn and wipe it out. Either they've got to support it or not launch it in the first place.
The team order their Thracian spearmen and 2 units of slave legionaries off the hill to support Dean's flanking forces on the left. But will they arrive too late to help?
Right.
We need to be
We don't
pushing
know.
them
These
towards
guys
the
are
water
starting
still.
to move here. Dean, you're going to need to get ready to
We'll just
engage these guys in
Okay.
combat.
The Roman cavalry spot 2 units of the team's tribal warriors and decide to attack. But the team are one step ahead. A 3rd unit of tribal warriors is already behind enemy lines, hidden by the hill, in a perfect position to encircle the Romans. After letting fly a volley of javelins, the Roman cavalry turn away from the tribal warriors' main charge. But their retreat is cut off. When the tribal warriors unite, the Roman cavalry are surrounded. The team's flanking maneuver has paid quick dividends.
Keep them going, that's fine, Dean. Keep going, keep attacking.
Well, I think we should be sending some of these troops into
All
them,
right.
because otherwise...
I agree.
Can I just point out that the whole of the rest of the Roman army are actually moving towards me now.
Okay.
They're coming down their hill a bit towards the plain.
The Roman general Crassus is in no mood to wait. He's coming to crush Spartacus and his slave rebellion before 2 other Roman armies arrive to steal his glory.
All right, so while the team is fixated on this pointless little action on the Roman right, the Roman army has decided that they really don't care about the minor advantage of that slope, and the Roman army is starting to move down into the valley.
The Romans have caught the team by surprise. Crassus and his 44,000-strong army have chosen to leave their high ground and take the fight to the slaves. The team's Thracians and tribal warriors have been left way behind enemy lines on the hill, and the 2 units of slave legionaries who were sent to support them are now marching in the wrong direction away from the action. As the Roman advance continues, the team will need to adapt their plan.
Now, Dean, these guys here,
Yeah, the Thracian
right,
ones at
they
the
need
back.
to be coming along here and
okay.
starting to attack
Everything
this flank
moving
here.
down
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
Get them
okay.
over there as quickly as
So
they
you
can.
Keep going down.
The rest of your
That's it.
tribal warriors, get them to come
across as well.
Across as well behind them.
They've allowed themselves to be caught on the hop because they became fixated with their plan and assumed that everything would go according to plan.
When they were wargaming earlier on, they were moving their blocks and the Romans were staying still.